And then we have variable costs. Elements of fixed cost, for example, you are paying rent. If you are paying rent, you'll always know that rent is an agreement. If you're paying rent, for example, 100,000 Kenya shillings per month, that rent is a fixed cost to that business, right? For example, you pay for security. You pay for security, a constant amount after every month. That forms part of your fixed costs. Then we have variable costs that will depend on various factors. And as we talk about the variable cost and the fixed cost, we need to know that there are those expenses that you will incur either way, right? Now, I don't want to dive so much into cost because we will digress. There is a lot to talk about there. I want us to keep focus on the accounting system and tax compliance, the relationship. I've talked about your focus as a business person or as an accountant is to make sure you report your revenues well and you report your expenditure, and at the end of the day, get a report on whether you've made a profit or a loss. At the same time, we know that there are those elements in an accounting system, there are those reports that you must also look at. You must also look at, you need to know what is the balance sheet status. What is the status? What are the net book values of the elements in that your balance sheet? What do you own in terms of assets? What liabilities do you have? In the shareholders' equity part, the ordinary share capitals and elements that go with it, if there are share premiums or anything like that, what elements do you have? At the same time, you need to know your cash flow statements. And by the way, when I talk about cash flow statements, if you are looking at this video for the first time today, you need to know that you missed a video about interpretation of financial statements. Besides preparing them, do we know how to interpret them, and do we know the purpose being served by each of these accounting reports?